Good morning. Welcome to Thursday's Right Stuff with me, Matthew Wright. It's the 12th of November, the start of the World Memory Championships in London. I'm thinking about getting involved in the three-day event. I have been practising with this contraption. This is going to end in tears on live TV. This is the Star Wars brain trainer. Turn that on. Turn that on. Stick this on my head, like that. Hold the button down. Where's the button? Hold the button down for 5, 6, 7 seconds.
What are you trying? What are we going to do here? What's the trick?
I'm going to raise the ball using the power of thought alone.
Marvellous.
Right.
Go on, Matthew. Go on, get it up, son. Yeah. Get it up, come on. Get it up, son.
Concentrate, Matthew, concentrate. Darren Brown need not worry. His job is saved.
I never thought I'd say this on live television.
We've got an hour, don't worry.
I was just about to say, I've never thought I'd say it on television that I can't get it up. But I can. Can our mind-blowing panel get a rise out of it too? Let's find out. First up, the comic Stephen K. Amos, ladies and gentlemen.
And you never thought you'd say it came off in my hand, either.
OK. Now,
OK,
stick the ball in the tube.
Ball in the tube. Righty-ho.
This looks like a castration device.
It's got... I don't even need that on my head. See, look, I have powers anyway.
It's juju, isn't it? It's juju. How much do you think? How much do you think? Get it down. Have you taken Viagra?
Get it down. All right, then.
Mental Viagra.
No, it's clearly some sort of gimmick. Clearly. It's not juju, it's not magic, it's
There's
nothing.
air coming up
Yeah,
from here.
it's obviously not going up by magic, is it?
Out.
Anyway, that is the Star Wars Force Brain Trainer.
Yeah,
I
don't
think.
buy it.
How much do you think it costs? How much do you think?
I hope it's not $29.99 or something.
Higher.
No.
Higher.
$49.99.
Higher.
Oh, get out of here.
£100.
£100, $99.95.
No.
You could buy a hairdryer and do the same trick.
You could just blow, can't you?
Oh, yeah.
So, we've met Stephen, we've met Kay. Let's meet our special guest for the morning. It's Nick Moran, let's go. Now then, the Lock, Stock, Start starred in over 25 films. He's also an acclaimed writer and director. Indeed, I was watching his flick about 60s pop legend Joe Meek on DVD only last night, and it is fab. Fab, actually.
Thank you very much.
Last time you were here was about 4 years ago, I think.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
you were talking about it then.
Yeah, it's very funny. When I was here last, Telstar was in the West End, which I'd written it, and I was also doing a Victorian melodrama in another
the old big
thing. And I had
sideburns.
these massive sideburns. And I got some footage of it, like an overeducated monkey.
Taken a long time to bring this to run to the big screen and then out on DVD.
Yeah, the whole idea, the inspiration. Me and Jim, my writing partner, we were trying to work out. I think it was '94 when he said, "Well, let's write a play."
Why? What was it that inspired you to do
basically,
Joe
I mean,
Meek's
to be frank, I was an underemployed actor full of bile and angst, waking up to the theme tune of Home and Away and thinking, this isn't good,
Life doesn't get any better.
And that beauty of, I thought I've got to focus my energies on something, and we were looking for subject material, me and my other underemployed actor pal, and stumbled across a plaque on Holloway Road that says Joe Meek lived, worked and died here. And then, someone explained who he was, this, mad 60s independent record producer, gay, homosexual devil worshipper who all these songs are written via seance by the spirit of Buddy Holly. And I thought, well, there's an interesting yarn in that somewhere, surely. And then we got to meet all the guys and started working on the play, did a couple of read-throughs. The first read-through I did of this is just, it's all in the past now, but the very first read-through was in a pub in Stockwell, and I had had Jude Law reading Hines, the second biggest part in it. Kathy Burke reading The Landlady, and Samantha Morton reading the stage directions and making tea. You know, all in this. So you couldn't sort of afford to get all those guys in the room.
And it's an all-star cast in the film.
Yeah,
as
and then
well.
the film got some fantastic people in the movie. You know, I did Lock, Stock, and then ran around the world doing sort of some good and some bad films. But and then I thought, I've had enough of this. I want to sort of, you know, reignite my integrity. And we got the play on in the West End, and it was great. And then I sort of put it to bed. You know, I sort of forgotten about it. Thought that's the end of that. We got an Olivier nomination, won a couple of other awards, and I was back in LA, sort of doing nothing. You know, auditioning and trying to earn a crust again. And I was about to cover myself in latex and do some terrible sci-fi thing. And Simon Jordan, the Crystal Palace chairman, who was the chief investor of the play, just phoned me up and said, "Come home and let's make the movie." And so he completely produced and bankrolled the film. And I flew back in Easter, and we were done by August. So it takes 10 years to get something done really quickly.
It's an extraordinary story with that terrible, terrible end. And I think Nick's film really captures the madness of Joe's studio, literally in a flat he rented above a shop. Really, it's kind of a misleading clip because that's all laughs and it's anything.
No, that's the great thing about the film. Well, or the bad thing about the film. I was talking to Danny Boyle at the London Film Festival last year, and I said to him, you know, I've always been a big fan of his, and I said, why is it, you know, I've got this hilarious comedy with that's, you know, it's got a tragic ending because, as for people that don't know, you know, Joe sort of, you know, comes to a sticky end. But you've got a film with Slumdog Millionaire, with children having their eyes gouged out with a red hot spoon and arms and legs broken and women being raped in hotel rooms, and you've got a feel-good film of the year. And he just said, see, all my jokes are at the end. And that's it. That's tips from an Oscar winner.
You're here primarily actually to talk about a part of the British movies that you're championing. Which is, if I've got it right, the British champion of British film industry. It's called Connect.
That's right.
Connect to British film and TV.
Yeah, connected to film and TV. What it is this sort of campaign against video piracy and that silly campaign when you wouldn't steal a handbag. You know,
actually, looking at the audience, some of them probably would. Actually,
you wouldn't steal a handbag. You wouldn't steal a car. Well, if you could download it, you might. You know, that's so. The idea was to just to re-evaluate that campaign and be able to say to people that we've got British people are more proud of the film industry than they are of any other exports that we've got. You know, we make these small, boutique, fantastic, amazing films that win Oscars and the envy of the world. And this campaign is a sort of thank you for supporting that. Thank you for buying a legitimate ticket.
What about the downside of piracy? Have you experienced it? I mean, does it impact on a film like Telstar?
Yeah, I mean, the idea with the campaign was to make it a real sort of pat on the back and thanks for all your help. And I've been doing this spokesman thing, and it's been a real honour for me to be asked to do this. You know, Noel Clarke did it last year, Ewan McGregor did it the year before that. But my film came out, Telstar, our film, came out on DVD a few weeks ago, and I went into my local DVD store on Cleveland Street, and the guys, Ken and Darren, that run the shop, they've got an internet cafe, and it's a little emporium, you know, like news agents and tobacconists, and they've got a DVD rental section. And I said, why haven't you got my film there? You know, and these the guys I've known for years. And they said, well, because there's a bloke outside with a shopping basket selling 2 for a £5. So there's no point.
So it really does.
Yeah, so not only is the impact of the films you lose, I mean, you know, the figures that are knocking about is 15 to 20% of your revenue, which the studios can absorb.
Yeah, a big studio could absorb
that. But that figure doesn't take into account the amount of smaller operations that just won't stock the film. You know, and so I've gone from being the spokesman to the victim, which is sort of like standing on a landmine. You know, I couldn't believe that this film, because it's populist, because as you've shown from the clip, you know, I've got Kevin Spacey, I've got James Corden, I've got and they're not. It's not an art house film, and because Simon's the producer, not Walt Disney, I don't have any protection from it.
Okay, it's great to have you here again.
It's great to be
actually,
here.
it has been a long time, but I'm really glad to see the film there as well.
Thanks for the plug.
Here's what's happening on today's show, folks.